Yikes! I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but with the world still reeling from Series 1 of With Love Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex's lifestyle show on Netflix, the second series has already been commissioned. So for those hoping to heal from this televisual abomination and slowly rebuild their broken lives, there's more to come. More lavender towels, more scented candles, more decorative ice cubes, and more bloody jam. Now, don't be fooled into thinking the commissioning of a second series is any kind of vote of confidence by Netflix. It's my understanding she was always on a 2-series deal. Unfortunately, there's barely enough momentum to get us through half of Series 1, with this indulgent and mesmerisingly dull show falling out of the top 10 most watched programmes globally after just 6 days following its release. The show is bombing. And let's be honest, this isn't for the want of trying on the part of Netflix, who have paid the Sussexes a reported $100 million to generate TV content. And on the strength of With Love Meghan, they should ask for their money back. And the TV critics are none too happy either. Hollywood Bible Variety called the series a Montecito ego trip not worth taking. With Love Meghan is made with a great deal of love, in the sense that the greatest love of all is the one that a person has for herself. The Daily Telegraph described the show as an exercise in narcissism, and The Independent gave the show a 1-star review, calling it queasy and exhausting. Even the ultra-woke Guardian newspaper, which has been very supportive of Meghan over the years, wrote, "The mildest way to describe this show is as a ghastly artifact of a particular cultural era that recently met its apocalypse. This show is sensationally absurd and trite, and if you watch it, you know it. But, fueled by fruit tea, raspberry compote and starched aprons, Meghan's reinvention as Gwyneth Paltrow 2.0 continues apace as we reach episode 5 of this first series and are introduced to 2 of Meghan's best friends, actress and entrepreneur Abigail Spencer and model and campaigner Kelly McKee-Zyphen. And when I say best friends, by the way, I mean 2 rare, lucky individuals who have had a stay of execution before the axe inevitably falls. Meghan gets through best friends like Kanye West gets through commercial contracts. The episode starts with Meghan in the car, which is brave. I wouldn't advise operating heavy machinery whilst making this show. Meghan points to her favourite antique shop, her favourite restaurant and her favourite farmer's market stall, because it's all about her. She once again repeats her favourite mantra that it's the little things in life that matter. Ironic, given the size of her ego and her bank balance. And still no physical appearance from Prince Harry in the show. What's this guy got to do to get a break? Although he is regularly referred to, quite irritatingly, by Meghan as my husband. That's right, she goes around endlessly saying, my husband, my husband, my husband. This is the very definition of a humble brag, isn't it? Telling people that you're married to Prince Harry without telling them that you're married to Prince Harry. My husband. Oh dear, just keep saying my husband and we're forced to remember what a remarkable prize catch she actually achieved. Speaking of which, on the menu today is a pair of unfortunate trouts. No, I don't mean Meghan's friends. 2 fresh-caught sea creatures which are about to be caked in their own body weight of salt in preparation for an alfresco lunch with the girls. And once again, Meghan seems to have chosen the coldest day of the year in California. Or is Meghan such a glacial personality, she actually has that effect on the weather? It did occur to me when she introduced us to the novel idea of ice cubes with a dry flower in the middle, that if she wanted to freeze the water, rather than use a refrigerator, she could probably just stare at it and make it go hard. However, to be fair to the Duchess, this is the most human that we've seen her in the show so far. Although the bar, let's be honest, is lower than the show's ratings. But Meghan does like her friends, with genuine laughter between the 3 of them and affection. Both of the guests are beautiful, funny and delightful. Meg's met Abby on the TV series Suits, and she met Kelly through the Duchess's former producer husband, another guy that got the axe. Yeah, actually, I should say that he was her previous husband. My husband. So it's not hard to watch three people who like each other on TV. Okay, they have genuine chemistry. And as I say, I really like those two ladies. What is hard to watch is this new incarnation of Meghan as the new Gordon Ramsay. Most of Meghan's so-called cookery involves pushing sliced vegetables around on a plate and sprinkling dried flowers onto anything that moves. I'm actually petrified that if the dog Guy stays in one place for too long, he'll get a dusting of rose petals himself. This show is as much an advert for Meghan's homeware brand as it is a TV programme. Her mates are pointedly offered some starched beige aprons, which, by the way, is the perfect colour to represent this most beige of shows. And I've got no doubt that the aprons, as well as the dried flowers and the incessant jam, about which Meghan has an almost Tourette's-like obsession, will be available on the As Ever website. But I doubt that Amazon's Jeff Bezos is losing too much sleep over Meghan's forthcoming retail revolution. Megs also pops to the florist in this episode to buy some flowers for her big day, at one point finding herself in a refrigerated room where rare plants and flowers are kept. At one point, I indulged in the brief fantasy that the doors of this chiller room lock from the outside. We can but dream. Meghan can never resist an attack, announcing that Kelly, her best friend, soon to be axed, is a great cook. That's right, Kelly's a great cook, but Abby has other strengths. Wow. With friends like that, who needs enemies? Meghan is very excited about this lunch with the ladies because they don't live in Montecito, her neck of the woods. Well, of course they don't, because they probably don't have $20 million at their disposal and a budget which stretches to swimming pools, saunas, and a driveway longer than Prince Harry's face at a family reunion. The Sussexes' daughter, Lily, gets lots of mentions in the series and in this programme today. With their treasured little girl, we're told in today's programme, always tidying up. That's right, Lily's always tidying up, and she's got a song where she goes, clean as you go, clean as you go. Quite sweet. But what about Archie? Poor old Archie never gets a mention. Has he been relegated to the subs bench like poor old dad? With the exception of Guy the dog, it seems that the men of the house are firmly second-class citizens. Speaking of which, Meghan has another irritating habit to add to all of the others, referring to Harry as not just my husband, my husband. She also does something else. She calls him H. Is he so impossibly, glitteringly famous that she's got to disguise his identity? Is he in the witness protection program? If I was married to Meghan, I'd probably join it, I'll be honest. But I think calling him H is quite demeaning. His name is Harry. Why must he be abbreviated in this way? He's one of the most famous men in the world and the youngest son of the King of England. What has he got to do to have all of the letters of his name said out loud? Is that too much to ask? Now, in conclusion, as the three ladies enjoy garden vegetables and salted fish, it transpires that when Meghan was on the set of the TV show Suits, she was appointed head of morale on the show. Head of morale. Isn't that like putting Count Dracula in charge of a blood bank? Well, the morale of the viewers of this show, dwindling army that they are, has reached an all-time low. Episode 6 is next. The torture continues.